Well, good afternoon, everybody. Certainly want to welcome you to Atlanta, the ATL, Hotlanta, the A, the place where the players play. It is Fight Week. I'm Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing, and this is the official and final press conference for Davis versus Barrios. This is a pay-per-view fight that you will see on Showtime pay-per-view coming this Saturday. It will be the main event headlining a 4-fight card. And what a card we have. The main event. You've got the 4-time world champion Gervonta Tank Davis taking on the WBA super lightweight champion in Mario El Azteca Barrios. Two explosive young champions chasing greatness. A 4-time world champion, moving up a couple of weight classes, seeking a third title in the third different weight division. An unbeaten champion who has knocked out just about every opponent he's faced at 140 pounds. Of course, it will headline this Showtime pay-per-view event coming from the award-winning State Farm Arena, which is home to the red-hot Atlanta Hawks. And it is an event you do not want to miss. It comes your way Saturday, June 26th, from the State Farm Arena here in Atlanta. The Showtime pay-per-view event will begin at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time. Now, for those who want to order the fight, it's simple. All you got to do is go to showtime.com/pay-per-view. You can purchase it, or you can go to really any Showtime supported device, whether it be the app. It's also available through traditional cable outlets as well, satellite pay-per-view providers as well, digital distribution channels, including for the youngsters. You can get it through your PlayStation store, and you can also get it through Sling TV as well. Special note, Davis and Barrios will also be shown through select closed circuit locations and movie theaters across the country. This entire event, as I talk about, 4-fight card. You got former unified champions in the co-main event, taking on one of the rising stars at 154 pounds. You don't want to miss the co-main event. And we also have 2 other fights featuring some of the top contenders in their weight class. The event is being promoted by Mayweather Promotions, GTD Promotions, and TGB Promotions. Now, tickets are on sale. They're a limited supply. I would suggest you get your tickets now. They are selling very fast. Do not be that guy or that woman who says, I'm going to wait to fight night and will end up standing outside State Farm Arena watching the fight, because they are selling very quickly. And you can get them at Ticketmaster.com. Here's what makes this fight so intriguing. 2 champions, but more importantly, this is another fight that Showtime has put on the stable where you have high stakes fight featuring top people, top fighters in their division. You know, Showtime has put an emphasis on high stakes fights, championship fights, unification fights this summer. And this Showtime pay-per-view event fits right into that category. And of course, the man whose job it is to put on these type of fights and make sure that we deliver what the public wants, and that's high stakes fights, is the president and general manager of Showtime Sports, Mr. Steven Espinoza.
Thank you, Brian. You know, if you haven't noticed, Showtime Sports is, in fact, on an unprecedented run of combat sports events. And we're talking about boxing, we're talking MMA. From ShowBox to World Championship Boxing to Bellator MMA, and even a really exciting exhibition that no one saw coming. Showtime continues to deliver the most compelling, the most exciting, the most interesting, and biggest events at every level of combat sports. We're in the middle of a run of 10 events over the last 9 weeks. That's 10 events, 6 boxing, 4 Bellator events. And this one might be the crown jewel of all of them. But this isn't the end. So just looking forward before we talk about Saturday night. Friday night on Showtime, Bellator MMA, the interim heavyweight championship, Tim Johnson, Valentin Moldavsky. Then we have this stacked pay-per-view card on Saturday night. Next Saturday, from Carson, California, Chris Colbert taking on Tugstat Nyambayar in an interim super featherweight fight, and also the premiere of All Access Epilogue, which will take you inside fight night and show you everything that you don't see during the telecast. After that, there's a big weekend on the 16th and 17th. Bellator MMA Flyweight World Championship, Juliana Velasquez, Denise Kielholtz, and the next night, Saturday, in San Antonio, it is a fight for the first undisputed 4-belt super welterweight championship of the world. That's Jermell Charlo taking on Brian Castano. Then fast forwarding, we've got the 20-year anniversary of ShowBox on July 23rd. And on July 31st, whether you're an MMA fan or not, I urge you to tune into this one. It is truly the biggest fight in Bellator history. It is Patricio Pitbull and AJ McKee for the Featherweight World Championship. And finally, August 14th, this one just announced. It's one of 4 unification fights that have been on the Showtime schedule over the last year. That's from Carson, California, Nonito Donaire, John Riel Casimiro in a 118-pound world title unification. Well, let's talk about Saturday night. This will be just the 4th boxing show at State Farm Arena, but the 2nd in the last 18 months. Of course, the first one was Tank versus Yuriorkis Gamboa, December 28th, 2019, with a near capacity crowd of over 14,000 people in the arena. Now, Tank has come a long time on Showtime. Just 6 years ago, that's February 2015, 6 years ago, Tank was on the non-televised portion of a ShowBox event. Just 6 years ago. And now here he is, headlining his 2nd pay-per-view, coming off the biggest win of his career. He's making his 10th appearance on Showtime, and probably his most challenging of his career, jumping up 2 weight classes in a quest to become great. In his 24 fights, Tank has never faced an opponent as tall as Mario Barrios or as long a reach as Mario Barrios. But Tank brings some weapons of his own. Of fighters ranked by the ring, there's only 2 fighters in all of boxing with a higher KO percentage. Tank, as his fans know, is finishing his fights with KOs 96% of the time. But across the ring is a challenge like he's never had before. The WBA champion, 26-0, 17 KOs, big, strong, tough Mario Barrios, who, if you've seen the All Access, you know what kind of warrior spirit he brings into this fight. This is a true pick'em fight. You have Tank, who has seemed to be unstoppable up to this point, jumping up 2 weight classes in the biggest challenge of his career. But that's not the only thing on the card. There's plenty of good fights. Erickson Lubin at 23-1, just 25 years of age. He's making his 7th appearance on Showtime. He's the WBC #1 ranked contender. That means he's the mandatory. And most people in his position as the mandatory would be taking an easy fight, waiting for their shot at the title. But that's not Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin is taking on another top 3 or 4 guy in the division, the former unified champ, Jason Rosario. This is a fight which deserves its own main event. It certainly could have been a main event on Showtime. Jason Rosario, former unified champion at 154, the consensus top 3 or 4 in the division, coming off a tough loss against the best fighter in the division, in the consensus, and that will be a firefight of its own. 2 other high-quality fights on the card as well. I thank our partners, PBC, Mayweather Promotions, and TGB Promotions. This is an outstanding card. We're proud to be here in Atlanta with it. Thank you.
You know, when you have a fight of this magnitude, it requires major promotion. You got to sell not only both fighters, you got to sell the event as well. And coming here to the stage now is the man of a promotional company who's one of the best at doing it. He is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Mr. Leonard Ellerby.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. This Saturday night gets no bigger than this. Anytime you're talking about major fights, you think about Gervonta Davis, the most exciting fighter in the entire sport. But it just doesn't start with Gervonta Davis. To open our card this Saturday night is full of talent from top to bottom. In the first televised bout, we have Badier Akhmedov, who has faced the WBA champion, who will be facing Tank Davis this Saturday night, Mario Barrios. Tough guy. We know he's coming to bring it. He'll be taking on Argenis Mendez, again, a guy who always is in exciting fights, who comes forward, will press the action. That will be a non-stop fight. Then we roll right into Carlos Adames, another exciting Dominican who's a top 154-pound contender. He'll be taking on, when I tell you this guy right here, Alexis Salazar, again, he's on a 15-fight win streak. Again, tough Mexican, come forward. That's going to be a very exciting fight. Then we roll right into the co-main event, which I'm really excited about this fight. We have Erickson Lubin, who's trained by none other than one of the top trainers in the entire sport, Kevin Cunningham. A guy, he's on a five-win streak. Can't say enough about him. What I've been really impressed about him is that his commitment to just excellence when it comes to facing top contenders. Here's a guy that's been very determined. You see it every time that, you know, there's highlights of him being shown. He's in the gym. He doesn't take any time off, and that's been under the great guidance of Kevin Cunningham. He's taken on the former unified champion, Jason Rosario. Again, I just spoke with his promoter, Samson Lukowitz. He's had a tremendous camp, and he refuses to be denied this come Saturday night because he's determined to get everything back that he just recently lost. Then we rolled right into the granddaddy of them all, Tank Davis taking on Mario Barrios. When you think of Tank Davis, there's one word to describe him, and that's exciting. You know, whether it be from my daughters, who's 12 years old, all the girls on her basketball team, you ask them, who's their favorite fighter? Tank Davis. Whether it be my barber, guy I've been going to for 25 years, middle-aged, black gentleman, same thing, Tank Davis. Whether it be Marlene Jackson, who's a high school teacher that I just recently met from Louisiana, same thing, Tank Davis. And whether it be Tony, who's 92 years old, good friend of mine in Las Vegas, who's your favorite fighter? Tank Davis. They all have one thing in common. And when it comes to pay-per-view, people want nothing but excitement, and that's what Tank Davis delivers. But again, he has a tough opponent that he's facing this Saturday night in Mario Barrios. Can't say enough about the young man. Tremendous fighter. He does everything well. Excellent puncher, great speed, and he's led by none other than a very good friend of mine, Virgil Hunter, a no-nonsense guy. He guided Andre Ward his entire career, and we know what kind of career Andre Ward has had. And again, we know Virgil Hunter is going to have him prepared. And again, the whole goal is that, myself, Floyd, and Al, we have major plans for Tank Davis. Will Barrios fuck up our plans this Saturday night? Tune in, Showtime pay-per-view this Saturday.
That's how you sell it. I like it. And he's right. I mean, you talk about that main event. You got two young guys, again, chasing greatness. You got one young man who wants the third world title, third different weight division. You got another young man who's looking to put his stamp at 140 pounds and without question looking to elevate his status to superstardom. That's the main event. The co-main, as he talks about, I mean, you got a former unified champion, Jason Rosario, known as the biggest puncher at 154, taking on probably one of the most explosive fighters at 154 in the Hammer, Erickson Lubin. You also have Carlos Adames, Alexis Salazar, a super welterweight who want to, make their mark as well in this weight division. And then we'll start it off with Batir Akhmedov taking on Argenis Mendez. With that, we're going to talk with some of the fighters, everybody. And let's start with the first fight that you'll see on Showtime pay-per-view. If Batir Akhmedov could come to the stage, as well as Argenis Mendez. We'll have a word with both of these guys and get this started. Please. Have a seat. We'll start with Batir. 8-1, 7 knockouts. He's taking on Argenis Mendez. 25, 6-3. 12 knockouts, former super featherweight champion of the world. And Batir, we'll start with you because you faced Mario Barrios. Without question, you would love to have a rematch, but you got to get through this guy first. Talk to me about what should we expect when you take on Argenis Mendez.
Батыр, начнем с тебя. Ты дрался с Марио Барриосом. Несомненно, ты хочешь реванша, но у тебя впереди серьезный бой. Что ожидать от тебя в этом бою?
Всех приветствую. Да, я безусловно хочу реванша, но пока я не смотрю за своего соперника. Мендес, он очень опытный боксер, бывший чемпион мира. И я надеюсь, что в этом бою я одержу победу, и уже в следующих боях мы будем стремиться к титулу.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. And I'm not looking behind Argenis Mendez. He's a world champion. He's a former world champion. He's a very credible fighter. So I'm only looking forward for this fight. And after that, we can talk about rematch. Thank you.
What kind of challenge, Batir, does Mendez pose for you?
В чем вызов с Мендесом? Что он представляет? Опасность в чем?
Он очень тоже зрелищный боксер, очень опытный. Я никогда не ищу для себя легких путей, выбирая из самых сложных самого лучшего. И нам предложили, и мы согласились на Мендеса, так как он считаю его очень серьезным соперником.
First of all, his experience. He's very experienced, and out of a few options that we had, I choose the best option, the toughest, the strongest guy to fight, to face, because I believe that what he brings in the ring, he's also very excited. He's coming forward, so it's promising for a good fight, for an exciting, action-packed fight.
Argenis, you look at your last couple of fights, man, they've been like split decision, some draws, obviously come on the other end of a couple of losses that you felt like you should have won. Tell us, why will Saturday be different.
Bueno, Argenis, has pasado por algunas peleas duras recientemente, decisiones divididas, empates, derrotas que quizás sentiste que debían ser victorias. ¿Por qué crees que este sábado va a ser distinto?
Muy buenas tardes para todos. Va a ser distinto porque tengo una preparación mejor, tengo un oponente excelente, fuerte, viene para adelante, pelea como me gusta y nosotros vamos a pelear.
Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad to be here. And I believe that this Saturday is going to be different because my opponent likes to come forward. He's an aggressive fighter, and that's exactly how I like to fight.
In your workout, you said, my opponent is tailor-made for me. What does that mean?
¿Qué quieres decir cuando decís que mi rival está hecho a mi medida?
Me refiero porque es un peleador fuerte y él va a pelear conmigo, no como las otras peleas que he tenido en el pasado, se me han ido a correr. Él va a pelear conmigo y vamos a dar una pelea muy emocionante. Claro, yo voy a salir victorioso, pero va a ser una pelea muy interesante.
Well, I meant that he's a very strong fighter that's gonna provide us with a really good fight, and he just fits what I want to do on the ring. That's really the long and the short of it, where he fits what I want to do.
And tell us why then Saturday you'll be victorious as opposed to what we've seen in the past.
Bueno, entonces decinos por qué el sábado vas a estar con el brazo alzado a diferencia de lo que pasó en el pasado.
Porque tengo una gran oportunidad, soy un guerrero, siempre vengo de lo más difícil y he estado aquí. También quiero la oportunidad porque es muy grande para luego pelear por el título mundial.
Well, because this is a big opportunity that I plan to take advantage of. I'm a warrior, and I plan to come out victorious on Saturday and then go after the title that I want to get.
Material, we'll wrap it up with this. He says your style is tailor-made for him. You tell us why you feel like you'll be victorious on Saturday. And if you are victorious, what would you want next?
Батыр, закончим на таким вопросом. Он говорит, что ты создан для него по стилю, твой стиль ему идеально подходит для того, чтобы он победил. Почему ты будешь победителем в эту субботу, как ты считаешь?
Потому что я очень усердно тренируюсь, очень тяжело работаю и всегда показываю яркие бои. Я делаю все для победы. И его стиль мне подходит очень, он любит подраться тоже, то, что мне надо, и я думаю, что мы покажем отличный бой и победу. Я сделаю все возможное для победы.
Well, as he says, I think that he's tailor-made for me also. His style, he likes to fight, he likes to rumble, I like it, so it's promising to be a great fight. And me being victorious, I'm just going to do everything possible, everything I can, and God willing, I'm going to win. But most definitely, you're going to look for a good fight.
Fantastic. That's going to be the first fight you'll see. And gentlemen, if we would, let's have a face-off with the first fight that you'll see on Showtime pay-per-view come Saturday night. Second fight you'll see on Showtime pay-per-view comes Saturday night from State Farm Arena. Super welterweights, 10 rounds. Carlos Adames, Alexis Salazar. Carlos Adames, 19-1. 15 knockouts. Alexis Salazar, 23-3. He's got 9 KOs. Carlos, we'll start with you. I know you want another shot at the world title, but at your workout, you said Alexis is not on your level. Tell us what you meant by that.
Bueno, Carlos, sabemos que querés tener otra oportunidad por el título mundial, pero durante tu entrenamiento de ayer dijiste que Alexis no está a tu nivel. ¿Qué quisiste decir con eso?
Buenas tardes para todos, gracias por venir, es un honor estar aquí con todos ustedes. Ayer lo dije porque yo sé que el muchacho es un muchacho con mucho talento, está subiendo nuevo. Yo he experimentado bastante experiencia, tengo bastante experiencia, tengo bastante fundamento arriba del ring, sé cómo trabajar con él y lo voy a llevar a mi terreno y ya ganarle.
Well, first of all, thank you everyone for coming. Good afternoon. And I said that because Salazar, he's a very talented fighter. However, I have more experience, and that experience is going to play a factor in this fight. Besides, I have every one of the fundamentals needed to bring him into the way I want to fight, and then I'm going to come out with my hand raised in the end.
Alexis, your response to that, I mean, you're riding a 15-fight winning streak. Your thoughts on what Carlos has to say?
Primero que nada, pues buenas tardes. Pues yo me siento bien, estoy muy preparado. Esto para mí, como dije ayer, para mí es un sueño hecho realidad. Yo estaba esperando esa oportunidad ahora sí desde que empecé a pelear, ¿no? Y pues honestamente me dicen que está fuerte y todo. O sea, pues para mí, yo creo que como el fin de semana pasado, Charlo contra Montiel, o sea, no todo es fuerza, o sea, es cuestión de estrategia, de saberte mover dentro del ring. Y yo creo que pues va a ser una buena pelea. Yo vengo listo para una guerra y salir victorioso.
Good afternoon, everyone. And regardless of what my opponent might say, it's not all about strength. It's about strategy as well. Just look at what happened with Charlo Montiel last week. When you fight smart, then you can do a lot of things. So I'll be ready to fight, and I look forward to what promises to be a great bout on Saturday night.
Lastly, Carlos, tell the people, what should they expect Saturday night when you get in the ring with Alexis?
Carlos, decirle a la gente lo que deberían esperar este sábado por la noche cuando ingreses al ring con Alexis.
Bueno, primeramente conmigo no se viene a experimentar nada. Conmigo yo no soy ninguna máquina de experimento. Conmigo es pan y el vino. Así que si él vino a pelear y sabe que vino a ganar, va a tener que pelear para ganar. Porque conmigo no se experimenta nada. Conmigo se viene a pelear.
Well, you know, with me, there is no room for experimenting. If he's coming to fight, he's really going to have to come to fight. So expect a great fight on Saturday night, and I'm going to be more than ready.
Alexis, final word. What should we expect?
Vamos a darle, hermano. Es una guerra.
Con todo.
He's like, okay, yeah, let's go after it. It's going to be a war.
There you have it, folks. That will be the second fight you'll see of the night. Let's have you guys face off here. One man on a 15-fight winning streak, the other one looking for another shot at the world title.
So he's in the back, please. Over here. You going down here, guys? Thank you.
Now we come to the co-main feature of the night. And what a fight we have here. We've got the former unified super welterweight champion taking on the hammer, Erickson Lubin. If we can get both of these guys to come up. Fellas, I think a number of people think this could be the fight of the night between you two. Hey, look, Hammer, I'll start with you because I think Jason dropped the gauntlet where he said this is going to be a great fight and I'm knocking him out. When you heard that, what was your thoughts, especially going into this fight?
I thought it was a joke. I thought I thought he was just saying stuff. He may think he gonna go in there and try to knock me out or whatever. But it's boxing. I got skills like no other, and I'm just gonna show it on Saturday. I'd rather not do no talking. You know, that's just talk. When you go in there in the ring, when the bell go ding, it's time to show all that shit you was talking.
Jason, listen. He heard that you said you plan to knock him out. He says it's just talk. Now you got to get in the ring with him. What should the Hammer expect when he faces you in your power?
Bueno, Jason, aquí Erickson escuchó lo que tuviste que decir antes sobre que le vas a noquear y él dice que es puro bla 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 y que la verdad que él se va a definir todo en el ring. ¿Vos qué opinás al respecto? ¿Qué esperás este sábado?
Bueno, realmente yo estoy preparado primeramente para ganar por cualquier vía. Tengo el poder en las manos para terminar la pelea en un primer asalto como en un 12 y estoy preparado físicamente y mentalmente para durar los 12 asaltos dando, recibiendo y tirando caña.
I'm absolutely ready to do whatever it takes to win. I possess the power in my hands to end the fight both in the first round and in the 12th round. And I'm ready both physically and mentally to endure the 12 rounds if needed to come out victorious in the end.
Hammer, he's talked a lot about his power, and I think it seems like he's leaning on that. Do you think he's relying maybe too much on that? We saw how that played out in the Charlo fight. Do you think he's relying too much on what he has in that right hand?
Maybe a little bit. I think you know he thinks it's just, you know, going there and possess his power, but I got power too. I got power in both hands and I got the skills, so he's gonna have to worry about more than just power with me.
Jason, he says when it comes to fighting him, you have to rely more than just power. What's your response to that?
Bueno, acá tu rival dice que para ganar vas a necesitar más que poder. ¿Cuál es tu respuesta a eso?
Bueno, realmente estamos preparados. Realmente no vamos a gastar energía ahora hablando de que quién es más fuerte, de que quién es mejor. Realmente el sábado creo que sí, ese día se va a definir quién es mejor y quién es más fuerte, quién es más rápido. O sea, ese día se va a definir quién va por el título del mundo.
To tell you the truth, I really could care less what we say right now. This Saturday night, we're going to see who's faster, who's stronger, who has the will to win. That's the bottom line. The rest is pure talk.
Lastly, we'll wrap it up with this. Hammer, why don't you let the people know what should they expect when you get in the ring with Jason Rosario?
They can expect fireworks. It's going to be fireworks on Saturday. Everybody buy the pay-per-view, buy your tickets. It's Hammer time on Showtime.
Jason, same with you. Tell the people what should they expect when you get in the ring with Erickson Lubin.
Decirle a la gente lo que puede esperar cuando entres al ring contra Lubin este sábado por la noche.
Bueno, realmente yo sé que Lubin viene preparado. Yo vengo listo para la guerra. Yo sé que va a ser una guerra. Me encanta la guerra. Soy guerrero y ahí vamos a guerrear. Eso es lo que yo espero. Guerra, que la gente se sienta bien, que la gente se sienta contenta, se sienta feliz y vea una pelea de verdad.
People can expect a war. I'm a warrior and I love to be inside the ring fighting that war. I want people to be happy. I want people to enjoy this fight. That's the most important thing to me. I know Lubin is going to come prepared, so am I, and it's going to be an absolutely great show.
Fantastic. Guys, let's face off. This is the co-main event. Erickson Lubin and Banana, Jason Rosario. And now we've come to the main event. Saturday night, Showtime pay-per-view. You've got the WBA champion, 26-0, 17 knockouts. He is El Azteca Mario Barrios. Taking on four-time world champ, 95% knockout percentage, 24-0, 23 knockouts, 15 straight knockouts. He is Gervonta Tank Davis.
Let's go, champ.
Well, fellas, it's fight week, and it's finally here. Mario, I'll start with you. When you look at Saturday, what tools do you have that gives you your biggest confidence going into this fight on Saturday?
All of them. I mean, I'm just as good of a fighter, just as explosive, just as fast, and I mean, I have the size, you know, to present a lot of difficulties to Tank, and that's exactly what I plan on doing.
Tank, same question to you.
What?
In your toolbox, what gives you your biggest confidence going into this fight on Saturday?
We just gotta wait and see. I really don't know right now, but I've been working each and every day in the gym just to become a better fighter that Saturday night, and I just can't wait to see what the performance I put on. And moving up to 140 is definitely a great opportunity. So I'm all for it. I'm looking forward, and I'm ready to get the fans what they want to see, and that's a great fight.
You know, watching some of the all access stuff and getting to see the behind the scenes from some of you guys, which was great. And it seems like all throughout this fight and the build up to it, been a lot of niceties between you two. Both have commended one another. And then all of a sudden you see this video that pops up in the camp of Mario, and one of his coaches says, "We're gonna bust him to the white meat." And any brother knows when you say that to a brother on the street, you know what that means, right? So when you heard that, did this fight and the attitude of this fight change for you?
I mean, it is what it is. He said what he said, so come fight night, we'll see. We'll see.
What went through your mind when you heard that, though?
I mean, if anybody know me like personally, like been around me, they know like I'm really like. It's hard to say, but Saturday night, you'll see it.
So that one got you going then?
Yeah.
Okay. Mario, when your coach said that, did you think, oh boy? Or did you say, okay, yeah, that's right. We are going to bust him to the white meat on Saturday night. What did you think when your coach made that statement?
He's an Oakland OG. He has his way of talking. That's just his. Him in the gym. Just hyping everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm responsible for everything I say. I'm always true to my word, and the only thing I'm gonna say is, man, come Saturday, it's gonna be a very exciting fight.
I thought it was interesting too. One of the things you said, Mario, was that because of y'all styles, you don't see this fight going the distance. Tell us why.
Every time both of us are in the ring, man, both of us start with bad intentions. Both of us are in there, to hurt and take out our opponent, whether it's round 1 or round 12, and that's why I said that.
Tank, same for you.
You know I'm coming. Yeah, I already know. So I mean, I'm just excited to be in this position. You know, I'm soaking it all in. I'm young. I'm happy to be here. You know, we'll see Saturday night. It's gonna be a great night of boxing. You know, the fans win. You know, it's gonna be an exciting fight on my end. You know, if I heard them or anything, we know that I'm gonna get them out of there. You know, so. You know, we just got to see Saturday night. Saturday night going to be a great, explosive night for the sport of boxing.
Mario, you know, he's had some pay-per-view fights already. Seems very confident. What does Tank Davis not know that I guess he's going to find out on Saturday?
Just what it's like, you know, to be in there with a type of fighter that I am.
Tank, is this the fight where I always hear your corner say, we still haven't seen the best of Gervonta yet? Is this the type of fight that brings out the best of Gervonta Davis?
I think so, because, you know, when I fight bigger guys, I always, like, in the gym, you know, I always, you know, show up for them big guys because I hate when people think that, you know, I'm small, so they try to take advantage of me, so this definitely probably one of them fights that, you know, be one of them ones that you see the best of Gervonta Davis.
Mario, we'll end it with this. Let the people know, hey, look, we got fight day here Saturday. A number of people want to buy it. Purchase tickets, come see it. What should they expect when you step into the ring with Tank Davis, a guy who seems to be knocking out everybody he faces and has not lost, just like yourself? What should they expect on Saturday night?
Buy y'all tickets, order the pay-per-view. I know he's coming ready. We had a great camp in the Bay Area. And, I mean, we're both coming with it come Saturday.
Tank, same for you. For these people coming to Atlanta, you've been here before. We were here just maybe 2 years ago. What should they expect, man, when you get into the ring with Mario Barrios, another man who is not lost yet?
Just a action-packed fight, you know, something that's good for the sport of boxing, not just this fight. You know, we got a tremendous undercard, you know, and I'm looking forward to, you know, actually seeing Erickson Lubin fight. You know, we came up in the amateurs together, so I'm definitely excited for this big event come Saturday night, and we're gonna end it out with a bang come you know, the main event.
And you know what? I've asked you this before, but it begs repeating. You're victorious. Should we in the boxing public be saying Tank Davis, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world?
I mean, that's all the opinion. You know, I always think that I would be pound for pound, you know, myself, but, you know, that's just opinion. You know, if I'm victorious, well, when I'm victorious, I should be up there.
Mario, same question. You defeat Tank Davis, and if you stop him, we be saying pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world.
I mean, I should be, but you know, they like Leonard Ellerby said, you know, they have big plans for him, and I fully intend, you know, on fucking up those plans come Saturday.
Folks, it is the main event on Showtime pay-per-view. Gentlemen, let's have a face-off here. Unbeaten, Gervonta Davis taking on the champion, Mario Barrios, June 26th, Showtime pay-per-view. Get your tickets from Ticketmaster.com. You can order the fight as well through all the Showtime devices, the app. Go to Showtime.com/pay-per-view. You don't want to miss this one. Two young men chasing greatness. Somebody's O has to go Saturday night.
He said gonna fuck up Ellerby in them plans. Okay.
Push this back.
I mean, y'all got me working for real now. You really got me working.
Is that good? Yes.